What is going on, you guys? My name is Seapeekay, host of all things MCC. And I know what you're thinking, oh my goodness, 2 videos in 2 days. Yep, that's right, the teams are being announced. So I have to get my teams video out with my predictions, or else I failed you all. Don't tell me I haven't. Of course, I'm going to tell you to subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we're getting ever closer to 50,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's take a look at the teams and how I think they're going to place based on who is in them and how they've done recently. Let's get into it. So we're starting off with your Red Rabbits, which is a team of Filzer, Wilbur, Tommy Innit, and Ranboo. Now this, obviously, is an incredible team. It is Team Omega viewership. I imagine that this team will be responsible for about 50% of the viewership of the whole event, with, you know, all of them pulling in. I mean, I think Filzer's the smallest streamer on this team, and my man gets like 50,000 viewers. So, I mean, it's kind of insane. You know the chemistry is going to be good. You know the chemistry is going to be good there. It's 3 out of 4 SBI. I did see some people saying this technically counts as 4 out of 4 because Ranboo is Walmart Technoblade. However, it is 3 out of 4, and obviously Ranboo is a great friend of theirs. Their chemistry is going to be insane. Ranboo was a really strong performer in his first event, and these 3 are veterans of the event at this point. I really think this team has a good shot at Dodgeball. Right off the bat, I'm assuming they're going to be a top 3, top 4. Tommy, I think, is definitely going to take leadership vibes with a whole incredible team of supporters behind him. So I'm looking forward to see what Red can do. And I think it's going to be... It was a fantastic way to start the team announcements. I really think it was. Next up, we have Orange, which is Tapple, Puns, Captain Puffy, and Shubble. Now, I think after Red came out and then Orange came out 15 minutes later, people were quite shocked that it was another super strong team. I mean, there is no real weak player on this team again. Shubble is a veteran of it. Captain Puffy was already good and has been improving. But the true shock factor was Tapple Puns, which is a crazy, crazy combination of 2 people who are probably pretty close to being considered S tier. They're definitely A/A+ if you go off the tier systems that the Reddit likes to throw around. They're both incredibly strong. They both are capable of getting into the top 2,000s, if not 3,000 coins in an event. Very powerful, and I think this is a really strong PvP team. I think this actually falls quite similarly compared to Puns' last team, which was Puns, me, Captain Sparkles, and Jack Manifold. I think this team is a similar skill level to that if you were to balance the whole thing out. But I do think they're going to be a big threat in PvP games. But we don't really know what game, if we're going to get a new game back this event, or what's going to happen with the games yet, as obviously nothing has been announced, and we don't find out until the day before the event. So, real strong team. Again, I can easily see them coming top half of the leaderboard. It all just depends what happens on the day. Next up, that's right, you guessed it. It's another incredibly strong team. We have HBomb94, MCC newcomer Ponk, George Not Found, and Captain Sparkles. Now, right off the bat, this team statistically comes in at around 8875 average, which... it's crazy because I would guess that Ponk will come above the average. 1, he's surrounded by a fantastic team of players who have been in many events. But 2, Ponk is also actually very good at the game in general. I do think he's going to grind. I know Ponk relatively well, and I know he's wanted to be an MCC, so I can't see him not practicing and grinding. He's a good 1.8 player. He just needs to convert some of that to 1.16, and I could think you can expect him to be doing similarly to around Antfrost in his first event, if I had to guess right off the bat. It's great to see HBomb back in the mix. Maybe that little substitute role he played in the last event gave him a little taste of what he's been missing again, and he decided to make the return. Teamed up with Captain Sparkles. Can this team continue the chain of no third places for Captain Sparkles? I really, truly believe this team will make Dodgeball, and I think they're probably, in my opinion, one of the strongest teams overall. I know statistically on average it might not say that. However, if I had to take a punt right now, I would probably put these guys in the top 2. I think that it's going to be a great event for Sparkles and HBomb. HBomb's going to be a fantastic leadership role. He's got the H factor. I can't see much going wrong for this team, in all honesty. Next up, we have the Lime Llamas, another incredibly cracked team. We got Quig, Kratzy, Niachu, and Jack Manifold. Nikki being a veteran support player in this event since way back, with Jack coming in as kind of a little bit of like an up-and-comer. I feel like Jack's placed really well in his first event, and he improved on his placement in the second event. Could this be the event where he improves again? And obviously, we have Mega S-tier Quig and could be S-tier Kratzy. I don't think this team has many weak points. I do think they're pretty good at most games. But I think it's fair to say that things like Sky Battle, survival games are going to favor a team that has someone like Quig and Kratzy on it. But of course, we'll find out a little bit more when we run the little MCC simulator at the end of this video. And the final team that was announced on day one were the Green Guardians, with Sapnap, Sylvie, Orion Sound, and RT Game coming in at an average of 7,540. They're actually the second lowest rated team in the event. Now, I'm seeing a lot of posts on Reddit and stuff already about how they're nerfing Sapnap. Sapnap's had a phenomenal last few events and has really come into his own and proven that he is fantastic and got #1 individual, which is insane. With such an unbelievable performance in the last event, it's going to get harder and harder to play Sapnap with people like Dream and George. Now, this really, it is statistically a nerf, but I do think that what he's got is a team with immaculate vibes that could really surprise people. Like, I don't know how well Sapnap knows these people. I know he knows Sylvie, so I'm sure they're going to have great chemistry. I'm not sure he's spoken much to the Orion Sound and RT Game, but the Orion Sound and RT Game are both very fun, easy to get on with players, and I believe that this team's chemistry will actually be pretty good if they can get in a couple of practices. It's great to see RT Game back in the mix, and I think this could be a very fun team to watch. I don't think they're going to win it. I would imagine, if I had to guess, it would be a bottom 5 team statistically, but the magic of MCC. Plus, I believe Orion Sound's going to grind again, and if he does, he really can become even more of a fantastic player. I want to see Ollie breaking like the top 20. I think he's got it in him, especially after such a strong hole-in-the-wall performance last time that had absolutely no glitches in. Right, Ollie? The first team to be announced on day 2 was the Cyan Creepers. Pizza Hut, Preston Plays, Pearlescent Moon, and Spifey. Big up to Spifey for ruining the fact that we almost got a team that all began with the letter P. Meaning their team name would have been PPPP, and that would have been very funny. But no, instead we got PPPS. So thanks, Spifey. I'm going to call you Pifey for this whole event, just because you deserve it. Obviously, a fantastic team. Pizza Hut going to be looking to come back and have a little bit of like a redemption, if you will, after his internet just basically stopped him from competing in the last event. It's going to be teamed up with Preston, which is a great OG YouTube collaboration. Spifey did pretty well when I teamed with him for the Pride event, and Pearlescent Moon is consistently becoming a really great performer. It's another chance to see if Preston can prove himself and do as well as he did in the last event. I think he's got it in him. At 9154 average, they are one of the stronger teams in the event statistically, but that is obviously massively buffed by Pete. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. I think that for movement games and team games, they're going to be an absolute threat, and I can't wait to see what they do on the day. Next up, we have the Aqua Axolotls, the team of Fundy, 5UP, Tubbo, and Antfrost. Now, this is a very interesting team because we have 2 people who've played in quite a few events, Fundy and Tubbo, and 2 newcomers who have decided to stay as a duo, 5UP and Antfrost. Now, obviously, team chemistry is going to be fine because they all play together anyway. It's 3/4 of a Vault Hunters team with Fundy, 5UP, and Tubbo. Antfrost, obviously knowing them all very well anyway, means that this team is going to have good chemistry. Now, I'm not sure where their specialities lie, but I can see them doing well. In games like Ace Race and Battle Box, 5UP and Antfrost proved themselves in the last event to be very versatile competitors, both doing pretty well. But I do think that 5UP is going to be coming on a bit of a redemption. I know he was shooting for top 13 and finished in the 20s, so I'm sure he's going to have that little bit of extra competitive spark to help him try and lead his team to victory. Say it with me, commenters. It's about damn time. The Simmers return. The Blue Bats, Vixella, Crytic Zeus, Dr. Gluon, and James Turner coming in as statistically the worst team. The Simmers are returning after a few events away, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I do think that this is probably going to be one of the highest scoring events that they've had as a team. And for me, I do believe we're going to get a standout performance from Zeus. I know Zeus has been playing a lot of Minecraft. He's been on a little bit of like a friends and fun SMP with me. And I know he's been playing a lot of Minecraft. Can that translate into MCC? I'm not too sure, but we are going to find out. Looking forward to having the Simmers back. It's always great to have them in the event. And I just can't wait to see them pop off in Battlebox and Hole in the Wall. Second to last, we got the Purple Pandas. It's Fruitberries, Smallish Beans, Smager, and Grian. Now, this team looks ridiculous to me, I'll be honest. I think it's statistically the strongest team on average score. Fruitberries, obviously clear S tier, fantastic player, and everybody's mode of transport in to get to the other side of Whack-A-Fam. Smallish Beans, again, super good all-round player. Don't think he's going to really put a foot out of line. Expecting a top 15 finish. Also expecting a top 15 finish from Mr. S Major 1995. With Grian, I think, doing about as well as he normally does, coming in around the 20s mark. I think this team is unbelievably strong. I'm actually expecting a Fruitberries individual first place. That's what I'm going to call right now. I really do think it's a fruit individual first. You know, I love to make these fun little punts while we're doing this, and I think it's going to be fruit individual first, and I think that this team is actually going to finish first overall, if I had to guess. It's incredibly strong. I think they're perfectly balanced all-round team. I don't think they have many weak games, but let's just see what the game order comes out as and what happens on the day. And the last team is the Pink Parrots. Dream, myself, Bad Boy Halo, and Finster. I like to say it's been a long time coming. Me and Dream have toyed with the idea, I think, of teaming together for quite a while, and then it actually came up when there was a clip going around of Dream saying that he wanted to team with me. So I actually contacted Dream and said, hey, like, I'm down to team. And he contacted Scott, and we sorted out a duo. So I guess me and Dream are the duo for this event. We've been teamed up with Bad Boy, Halo, and Finster. Obviously, Dream and Bad Boy know each other really well. And I have experience of teaming with Finn, and I think we're going to have a blast. Do I think we're supposed to win? No. Do I think we can win? Absolutely. I do think it's going to be a bit of a harder push, but I've been in Dodgeball every MCC of Season 2, and I'm not planning on trying to stop that yet. So I will be going all out to try my best to win. I do think we've got a decent team. I think there's going to be some games we're struggling, but I think we should be pretty good with games like Battlebox. A lot of this comes down to whether Finn is going to wear acrylic nails or not, I think, which is a bit of a joke from when we played previously. Finn actually said that the reason that he does so badly sometimes is the acrylic nails don't let him press the keys. So, always a blast. Always a blast. But I really can't wait. I'm sure it's going to be a great team. The chemistry should be an absolute vibe. And I'd just be quite happy to finish in the top half of the leaderboard, honestly. I think it's going to be a great fun team, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with these guys a bunch on the build-up to the event as well. The simulation that I ran was Battlebox, Ace Race, Sky Battle, Survival Games, Hole in the Wall, Parkour Tag, Build Mart, and to get to the other side. Now, this was just a punt on the order. This obviously could dramatically change. But I do think there's a few teams that are going to be really looking at getting Build Mart later on in this one, especially since we managed to skip it last time. I think people are going to want it a bit later on. So we can hope it doesn't come up, because I know it's one of my weakest games, but I think it's probably going to come up this time. So this was the simulator that I ran, and the winner of the MCC with this order was actually the Purple Pandas, with the runners-up being Orange. So here's the actual order that it finished in, just above my head. So it's Purple, Orange, Red, Lime, Yellow, Cyan, Pink, Aqua, Green, Blue. Now, obviously, I could run this simulation 100 different times with 100 different game orders, and things would change every single time. But you can see here from these graphs, Purple won 74% of the time, with Red winning 3% and Orange winning 21%. Dodgebolts, it was 48% Purple, 35% Orange, 15% Red, and 0.6% Cyan. And second placement, it was mostly Orange, a little bit of Purple, dash of Red, tiny bit of Cyan, tiny bit of Yellow. So there's a lot of teams that are going to have to really overcome the statistical odds to get into the top 5 of this. Obviously, we are going to do our top 10 placements right now, so I'm going to make them, and then I'm going to compare them with the actual top 10 on the exporter and see what my top 10 looks like versus what their top 10 looks like. So I'll be honest with you, I might change these a little bit. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll wait until we see the game order and I'll do a tweet updating it. I think my top 10 personally is Purple, Yellow, Red, Cyan, Pink, Orange, Lime, Aqua, Green, Blue. Now, it somewhat lines up with Blue and Green being 10 and 9. They've got Pink, but obviously I can't bring myself to put myself in 8th. We are going to grind, and we are going to come higher than that. So I popped Aqua down there, thinking that they could get a little distracted with fun times with Tubbo and Fundy getting carried away with... I mean, I do think they're going to try really hard, which means that this probably scuffs it. But the only way to justify putting a team as strong as Aqua down here is that they could end up getting caught up in content instead. But I highly doubt it. They're probably going to finish really high up. 7, I've put Lime. 6, Orange. 5, Us. Pink. Number 4, Cyan. Number 3, Red. Number 2, Yellow. And number 1, Purple, with Purple winning Dodgeball as well. So pretty similar, I guess. I mean, some of these are different. So we're going to find out. All will be revealed on MCC16 on the 28th. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. And let me know what you think. Let me know what your predictions are in the comment section. As always, what do you think of the teams? How did Scott do with the balancing? Let's find out. I've been Seapeekay, host of all things MCC. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.